Hello everyone, this is Anamika. We are here to study electromagnetic field theory. In the previous class, we have learned about the electric field application of Coulomb's law and finding of electric field due to a charged ring. In this class, we will study the application of Coulomb's law in order to find electric field due to infinite sheet of charge as well as disk. So, let us start. See, here one infinite sheet of charge is placed on xy plane and a point of interest where we need to find electric field is given at p is equal to 0 h. Consider an infinite sheet of charge in xy plane with uniform charge density rho s is given here. The charge associated with the element ds is rho s ds. See, in solving such kind of problem, the first step is to write the formula for E. In case of surface charge, we already discussed about the formula of electric field, that is a 4 pi 1 by 4 pi epsilon rho s ds r vector and cube of magnitude of r. So, in this equation, let us call it equation 1. In this equation, we need to find ds, r and r vector and r in order to solve this. So, ds, what is ds? ds is the small elementary part of this surface area, this infinite sheet. So, we have taken it here, which is a rho distance apart from the origin. So, in cylindrical coordinate, the coordinate of this ds elementary area will be rho 0 0. Now, we are having the coordinate of ds as well as point P also. So, we can easily find the value of r. What will be that? The final point r will be equal to the final point minus initial point, that is minus rho arrow. We need to use the unit vector also. So, it will be arrow, then 0 minus 0 will be 0. So, we will not write that. Further, h minus 0 h a z. So, this is the r vector. This is the r vector. Let us call it equation 2. Now, we need to find the ds also. This is in cylindrical coordinate, as we are dealing in cylindrical coordinate. So, we need to find ds in cylindrical coordinate only. We can see here that the normal to the sheet is az, and in cylindrical coordinate we are having three fundamental quantity or parameter by which we can identify or represent any vector or any number in cylindrical coordinate. Those parameters are rho, phi and z. Out of these three parameter, one parameter will show the direction of the area ds and other two parameter will show the magnitude of the ds. Here we can see that the direction of any area is always the normal unit vector to that sheet. Here the sheet, infinite charge sheet, is placed in xy plane and normal to this sheet is towards az. So, this z gives the direction of ds. So, we are left with these two quantity. Out of these two quantity, rho is the radius of cylinder, because we are dealing in cylindrical coordinates. So rho is the radius of a cylinder and phi is the azimuthal angle measured from positive x-axis to the rho. You can see here, this is the rho angle. Now for finding any area, we need length into breadth, means we need two distance quantity. However, here we are having only one distance quantity, that is a rho. Other quantity is phi, which is not a distance but a angle. So here we need to convert this angle into distance term, and any angle can be converted into distance term by transforming that into arc. So here the magnitude will be rho and rho phi. If suppose this is a rho, this angle is phi, then this arc will be equal to rho phi. So the area will be equal to rho phi. But as we are dealing with differential area, that is a ds, so we need to take differential quantity in this side also. So we will write d rho here and rho d phi here, means we are taking a small elementary part of phi in order to find a small elementary area. So ds will be equal to, we can write ds here, ds will be equal to d rho d phi. Let us call it equation 3. Now as we got the value of r vector, so we can get the value of r also. So r will be equal to magnitude of the r vector. We can write it as rho square plus h square. Let us call it equation 4. Now put all the value from equation 2, 3, 4 in equation 1. We will get E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Rho s is a constant quantity, so we will take it at outside rho s. Now in place of ds, we will write the value of ds from equation 3, that is a d rho d phi. Now we need to write r value. The r value is from equation 2, that is a minus rho a rho plus h a z. Well, in denominator term we will write r cube, and we know that the value of r is a root under r rho cube rho square plus h square. So here we will write rho square plus h square whole to the power, here is 3 and here is half, so 3 by 2. Now again, as previously said, that as for every element there is a similar element in the opposite side also. So due to symmetry, in mathematical and technical term we can say that due to symmetry the a rho term will vanish out or will cancel out. Alternatively, so in the next line we will not write a rho term, because as we have explained in the previous problem also, that for this ds element which is placed at position 1, similar kind of element is also there at position 2, which will contribute in building electric field at point P. As we are having two electric field, again these will be resolved in vertical as well as horizontal component. We can see that all the horizontal components are cancelling each other. So arrow, the vertical term is nothing but the arrow term, so arrow term will cancel out. Alternatively, we have seen that the value of area is a vector quantity, remember, and the direction of this elementary area or this total area is towards z, az, and the formula is rho ds dot r vector. We know that the area vector is towards az and here arrow az, the angle between dot product a dot b, suppose there are two vector a and b, it will be ab cos theta. Similarly, if the theta value will be 90 degree, this term will be 0 and this whole term will be 0. Here the vector direction of area is towards az and this term is arrow. The angle between az and arrow will be 90 degree and the cos of 90 degree will be equal to 0. So, in that way also it vanishes. Alternatively, you can see the symmetry in the diagram and which cancel out each other, and due to this symmetry we will not write this term in further line, it will vanish out to 0, and now our equation got simplified and it became rho s by 4 pi epsilon, everywhere will be surface integral, it will be d rho d phi h rho square plus h square 3 by 2 az. Well, now here this is the surface integral. In surface integral we need to integrate 2 times because surface area is made up of 2 things. Always there will be length or breadth or height or length or height, like this. So, we need to differentiate 2 times in order to cover all the variation. So, here we are having 2 differential quantity d rho and d phi. So, we will let us write it here. Let us write it here again. Here E will be equal to 1 rho s by 4 pi epsilon under integration we are having rho d rho by rho square plus h square 3 by 2 and d phi also az. Well, as area is having in surface integral, we need to differentiate it 2 times. So, we will write it in this way also. We can write it in this way also, where one time we will differentiate. We will do the differentiation for rho term and other time for phi term. So, before that we will see what is the range of rho and phi. We know that rho is varying from 0 to infinity. However, phi is varying from 0 to 2 pi. So, it will be simplified as rho s by 4 pi epsilon rho d rho, we will write here only 0 to infinity and 0 to 2 pi. After simplifying this, it will give 2 pi only, so we can write it here 2 pi, and for this term it will come as it is, zero to infinity. Okay, this pi term and this pi term will cancel out, then finally we will have rho s by 2 epsilon. Now we need to integrate this term. For integrating this term we need to do some simplification. Let us assume rho square plus h square as t. So if we will differentiate this both side, we will get 2 rho d rho, and as h is the constant quantity already given, so the differentiation of constant quantity will be equal to 0. So we will not write this and we will write dt. So rho d rho will be equal to dt by 2. Now we will simplify it and will write all the term. So integration will come as it is. Now when the rho is 0, t will be h square, so here the limit will change. When the rho will be infinity, the t will be infinity also, so here infinity will come. Further, in place of rho d rho we can write dt by 2, so we will write dt by 2 only. Further, rho square plus h square is equal to t, so we will write t to the power 3 by 2. Now our integration became simple, so we can evaluate it as rho s by 2 epsilon. The integration of this will be t to the power minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Limit should be applicable as h square to infinity. Further simplification will give rho s by epsilon and here we will get 1 by infinity will be 0, further minus 1 by h. There is some mistake. Here one h term left, so we need to write that also. So everywhere h term will come, here also h term will come, h term will come. And this dt by 2 term will also come, so this 2 will go outside, so here will be 2 rho by h. One h will also come. Now this h and this h and one minus this minus and will go that side, then this both minus will cancel out, and finally we will get the value of E as rho s by 2 epsilon Az. Okay, so rho s by 2 epsilon A z can be generalized in this form, where rho s is the surface charge density, An is the normal vector to the charged sheet. It is independent of distance. You can see in this formula there is no distance, so it is independent of distance between sheet and point of observation P, where we need to find the electric field. Further, if it will be, this concept will be applicable on parallel plate capacitor, the electric field existing, because in parallel plate capacitor two plates are there. So in that case, if we will apply and we will find electric field, we will get rho s by 2 epsilon An again minus rho s by 2 epsilon minus An. So by combining these two we will get this. So this is the case of, this is the value of electric field in case of parallel plate capacitor. Now the same thing will apply in case of electric disc also. Here you can see that this is the disc, this is not empty like a ring, this is the field part. In this case we need to find electric field and it will be something like this. But here in this question they ask a circular disc of radius A is uniformly charged with rho s coulomb per meter square. The disc lies on the z equal to 0. Z equal to 0 axis means the disc lies on xy plane. So that at point 0 0 h, 0 0 h means some point on the z axis. Because all other terms are 0, only we are having z term, which is equal to h, is equal to this much. So we will find quickly, we will write the coordinate of P as 0 0 h. The coordinate of this, here we need to take 1 because this is a disc, so we need to take a small differential ds. We know that ds value is rho ds value is equal to d rho d phi Az. R value will be equal to the coordinate of this will be rho 0 0, so it will be minus rho a rho plus h a z magnitude of r, that will be equal to, r will be equal to rho square plus h square. So E will be equal to rho s by 4 pi epsilon naught integration of d rho d phi h square. Here we know that this is the r value, which is minus rho a rho plus h a z. This term will be 0 due to symmetry. Okay, So now this is the surface integration, so integration of phi will give 2 pi, so we will write here rho s pi. 2 pi will cancel out from this 4 pi, so it will give 2 epsilon is equal to rho d rho by rho square plus h square h a z. Again same thing which we have done previously, whatever we have done previously will be applicable here also. Then let us call it t. Let rho square plus h square is equal to t, so 2 rho d rho will be equal to dt. So again here we will write we will simplify it and it will give rho s. H is also a constant quantity which will come outside, so we have taken it outside, 2 epsilon. Now under this rho is varying from 0 to infinity, but as we have converted it into t, so now this will vary from h square to infinity, and here we will write dt by 2 t to the power, this is a t, so t to the power 3 by 2. Here also it will be 3 by 2, here also it will be 3 by 2. Now we need to integrate this, so it will be equal to rho s by 2 epsilon, in fact 4 epsilon, because this 2 and this 2 after multiplication will give 4 epsilon. Further, the integration of t to the power minus 3 by 2 will give t to the power minus 1 by 2 and division by minus 1 by 2 also. Now we can write it as limit will be also there from h square to infinity. After solving this we will get rho s h by 4 epsilon minus 2. I am taking out this minus 2 outside, then we will get here 1 by 0, 1 by infinity will be 0 minus 1 by h square root under h square, so it will give the h. Just a minute, here infinity will not be there because the radius rho is varying from 0 to a, so we will write 0 to a only, 0 to a. So this term will be a as this is varying from 0 to a, so here it will vary from h square when a will be 0, when rho will be 0 the value of t will be h square, but when rho will be equal to a the value of t will be a square plus h. So upper limit will be So upper limit will be a square plus h square, a square plus h square. Now if we will simplify it, it will give rho s h by 2 epsilon. We have taken this 2 outside, then it will be minus, because here minus is there. Now we are left with this term, so it will give 1 by root under a square plus h square minus 1 by root under h square. If we will simplify it, then it will give let us write it in downward, let us write it here. It will be rho s h by 2 epsilon in bracket, it will be 1, because I am multiplying this minus with this, so it will be 1 by h minus 1 by root under a square plus h square. Okay, now if we will multiply this h with this term, then it will be finally come out as rho s by 2 epsilon. This h will cancel out, it will give 1 minus h by root under a square plus h square. So finally we got the value same as given, so hence proved. Further, if the charge will be from this, derive the E field due to infinite seat. For that we need to replace this A with infinity. In that case this term will be 0 and we will be left with this term only, which is the electric field value for infinite seat of charge. Further, if A will be very less than h, so that E is similar to the field due to point charge. So obviously if h will be very less than A will be very less than h, then this term will be reduced to a point charge electric field equation. Okay, so this is all about the today's class, in which we have found the value of electric field due to infinite seat of charge as well as finite disk, which is a kind of surface charge density. So we have seen how to find the electric field in such type of problem. In next lecture we will discuss few more problems. Till then, bye bye, thank you.